Right then, good afternoon or good evening if you're in Asia, or good morning if you are in the States, in Canada or America, or indeed that side of the world. I'm just here for a little ad hoc Fearless Friday that we call it with my publisher, Hasmark Publishing. We are live across a total of 8 pages right now. We've got 6 Facebook pages and profiles. We've got the 2 Hasmark Publishing International pages, the private author page and the Hasmark Facebook page. Across my LinkedIn and my YouTube, we're doing a little experiment here on a Fearless Friday. So I wanted to keep smiling and wish you all a wonderful day wherever you are in the world. Got some great people jumping in straight away. We've got Jay. Jay, can't wait to speak to me, brother. Thanks, Jay. I'm looking forward to being on your Mind Over Matter podcast. We are going to have a lot to talk about, Jay. You're flying the flag up there in Scotland, I know. We've got some other Facebook users saying, hi, Mark. Hi, Mark. That's amazing. Thank you. Lots of applause, Jay. Again, thank you. If you would like to interact with me while I do this Fearless Friday, please do pop your comments in. They'll come up in the chat box for me, and you can be a part of the podcast, and I can put you onto the stream. It's absolutely wonderful to be able to do this Fearless Friday. It's a little bit towards the authors in the Hasmark group, but I wanted to show the possibilities. That's what I wanted to show, because 6 months ago, I sat nervously in front of a camera in the Hasmark group to 90 people, and spoke about Life Remixed, the book. And I sat there and I was shaking a little bit, and I was a bit like, oh no, what am I doing? What am I doing? And just doing a little Facebook Live. But I decided to look into this more and more and more. And, we discussed it as part of the marketing, and we spoke about how can we reach, and it was basically, look, people want to know you, Mark, because you've written a book. And I'm like, yeah, fine. I'm an open book. It's all in Life Remixed anyway. So, I'm here. Let's just talk about it. Let's just put it out there. Now, those of you that are putting messages up there into the group, that's amazing. Thank you. If you go to StreamYard.com/Facebook, whilst you've got me on another page, obviously, if you go to StreamYard.com/Facebook and do a couple of clicks, you'll authorize the app, and I will be able to see your names come up, because you're just about to see. I've got hello, Mark. I've got hi there. I've got good day, Mark. I've got hi, Mark. Thanks for being fearless today. Yes, I am completely fearless now, but I wasn't to start with, and that's what we're going to talk about. We've got more. Hi, Mark's amazing. We've got I love you on so many platforms all at the same time. Yes, we are across 8 platforms right now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 6 Facebook pages, couple of Facebook groups in there. So 6 all Facebook together, 2 Hasmark, 4 of my own. And then we've got YouTube and LinkedIn. So I'm live across all of them all at once. And you can do this yourselves. I'm not some genius or anything. I've just written a book, and now I'm here in front of the camera, and I'm getting very, very comfortable with doing this kind of stuff. And actually, it's good for me, because believe it or not, I've always had a bit of a fear of public speaking, and I'm slowly but surely overcoming this fear, and it's going very, very well. It's starting in this virtual world, and I'm looking forward to the day that I can stand in front of an audience. And we can start to do further events. I mean, I've done stuff with Kevin Green, and I'm very, very grateful that I stand with Kevin Green for his audience as a coach. But this is an ongoing journey. It's about improving myself, improving my self-development, improving my speaking and my coaching skills, and just doing more and more all the way. So again, it's Fearless Friday, and we're just looking to get ourselves, out there. And I want to help budding authors. I want to help people understand that this is open to all of you. And I'm going to talk a little bit about how you can do it, right? So love seeing you have grown and that we're on the journey with you. I'm going to guess that's Judy or Danielle, but that would be amazing. People are consuming video a lot these days, and there's no way we knew how you I've had a fear of public speaking for many, many years. And it's not really a fear of public speaking, actually. It's not really a fear of public speaking. It's more a fear of rejection, or it's more a fear of being judged. And that's something that's held me back, I would say, throughout the years. So it's important to understand where this fear really comes from, and then be able to develop yourself and work with it. So I think this Yes, you can pre-order there. You can go to markwilkinsonofficial.com. You can do pre-orders to Life Remixed. It's coming out on February the 23rd. I can't take it down now. I've had an endorsement from Bob Proctor. I've had another one from Marcy Shimoff. I've had Peggy McCall, Judy O'Byrne, Harry Singer here in the UK, Kevin Green here in the UK, Danny Ramplin, Lewis Senior. I've just put them all on my Facebook page today. 20 plus endorsements from around the world, from people saying how wonderful they think Life Remixed is. I couldn't be more grateful. I want you to understand it. I could not be more grateful than what I am right now about this journey and how it's developing. So yeah, it's very, very important to keep going and keep growing. That's the important bit. So all my author friends, Louise is saying you're doing awesome. Thank you, Louise. I really appreciate that. We've got Mona here as well. Thank you. When you have relevant things to say, there is no fear. Yeah, absolutely. And I would say as well, when you have a purpose, for what you're saying, and you know you can add value, you can give service, and you can actually do something to help, then all of a sudden it starts to flow out of you. But I was just having this discussion on a separate call with Lewis Senior. When I was younger, it was about my ego. It was about being a DJ and look at me, aren't I great, right? It's not about that at all anymore. And it took incurable disease and bankruptcy that I talk about in Life Remixed. It took these huge lows for me to then go, oh, hang on a minute, there's got to be a better way to do this. I wish I'd done it differently then, but that is what it is, right? The point is that I lived that life, and now I've got a different way about it, and it's going really well. Bob Proctor said, your way isn't working, try mine. And this was 12 years ago. And I said, yeah, absolutely. So I had a lot of apprehension. I had a lot of apprehension about this 6 months ago. And please do feel free as well to ask me any questions or put anything into the chat boxes while I'm here. I'm here to help, and help any of these young authors or budding authors to go through over the terror barrier and get yourselves there. Judy says, your yellow T-shirt story is incredible and gives me goosebumps. Thank you, Judy. Many people are going to get to read that. Bob Proctor is going to be sending that out on his Friday story via Insights of the Day to possibly about 1 million people. So that is something that is kind of blowing my mind as well. But we've been so fortunate. We've been so lucky to have these wonderful endorsements and these incredible people around us. And we've attracted it by putting out good energy. So the yellow T-shirt story will be coming out there and you will understand it. Great question. Thank you. What is your book about? Okay, so Life Remixed is a story. It's my story essentially, but it's not about me. It's not about me at all, really. I mean, it's about things that happened, but then it's about the changes I made and all the information that I learned from great teachers and great authors. So the first 2 or 3 chapters are about me when I was younger, with a lot of addictions, working in the house music and music industry around the globe, DJing in 65 countries, partying my butt off for a long time. But dealing with these addictions, alcohol and all sorts of other things. Eventually sort of sinking down into this like pit of despair when my body gave out one day and I collapsed in my flat in London, and I couldn't get up off the floor. My brother was there. He helped me that day, helped me get back up. But for about 18 months, I just sunk down into this pit of despair. My body was frozen up. I couldn't move around. I was 33, 34 and suicidal ultimately. Thankfully, I didn't go and jump off a bridge, but I actually decided to dust myself off and go again. But getting information from amazing teachers, including many from The Secret and Bob and Marcy, actually endorsing Life Remixed now is gone up, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. As I say, I had a lot of apprehension about all of this. I had a lot of apprehension about going through this whole process and putting myself out there. But I knew I needed to do it. I knew I had to do it. And I knew that I had something that I could share with people. And today I had a charity from the NASS, the NAS, Ankylosing Spondylitis Society, which is what I was diagnosed with eventually after 18 months of agony. They've contacted me about being involved in a campaign with them later this summer about people in pain and not being diagnosed and the long gap of diagnosis. And it happened to me and it was awful. So look, I was very apprehensive about doing these lives, very apprehensive about stepping up and showing myself and actually then talking to the camera, I was a bit like sitting in a room on my own, talking to myself. But it's not like that at all. It really, really is not. And I can tell you why. I've got Jeff jumping in saying happy Friday. Amazing. Jeremy, here's Jeremy Braithwaite. Now, Jeremy is a good friend of mine. We used to DJ together at Ministry of Sound. Jeremy, I'm going to get you onto a live interview with me. You saw the Flying Records interview that I did on Wednesday evening. A massive response. So I'm going to get the Ministry guys on. I'm also going to get the Soulful House Mafia. I've got a few of those guys lined up, and I might even have a Flying Records Part 2 version next Wednesday. But watch this space, and I will let you know. Here we go. Share or shame. Yeah, when you share, shame dissolves, and you end up allowing others to heal. Thank you. That's a beautiful thing to say. Yes, at the end of the day, I knew I had to step up and share, and Life Remixed is a story of that. It's the first few chapters are, first one's called Another One Bites the Dust because I collapsed. The second one's called Good Times because I have to admit there were good times. Of course there were, otherwise I wouldn't have been doing it. But then I was DJing, I was lost in music. That's chapter 3. And then it goes into got to give it up because I did have to start giving some things up that were clearly not good for me. And so it's really, really important, I think, to understand that journey and then to share it. We've all got a story. Every one of you's got a book in you. I know that. It'll be different to mine because it'll be your story. But the point is that whatever you're thinking about, you can bring about. I've had the idea for Life Remix for 10 years or more. 50 years in the making, 10 years or more to get it together, a year to write it, and now the last 6 months to work with the editors and the promo and everything else. And that's why for this last 6 months, I have literally been like working and coming on to the screen and just talking and sharing stuff that I believe has value. And that's the thing. So the apprehension at first has kind of dissolved very, very, very quickly. It only took a couple of weeks before I started to pick it up and go, okay, so I just need to plan a few things out, and I've got a few notes in front of me. Someone said to me once, if you're going to give a good public speech, make a few bullet points, even 5 bullet points. Make 5 bullet points and then go out there and deliver and make sure you get your bullet points done. And I'm still learning it. I'm still getting better. And thank you for all the wonderful comments that are coming in. It's brilliant to get those. Look, you can't beat a wow. You can't beat a wow. Thank you for that. That's amazing. And Jeff's just saying love to Emma. Thanks, mate. Yeah, absolutely. Emma's doing great. I'm on Clubhouse, mate. I'm on Clubhouse. And yes, absolutely. Hasmark is a wonderful bridge to greatness. You're absolutely right. I'm over the moon to be working with Hasmark. It's been an incredible 6 months. And I'm absolutely loving the journey. And just the fact that we've got these incredible endorsements can open up the door to us helping, I don't know, hundreds of thousands, maybe more people. Here we go. Yeah, exactly right. You never stop marketing yourself. You've got to make it happen yourself. Peggy McCall often says that your book is 5% done once you've written it. And you're kind of like, you've written a book, you've spent a year writing it, and that's 5% of it. It's like, what? But the bottom line is we learn, we grow, we get moving. Yes, Jeremy, we have had a journey, my man. And that is how we're going to, I can't wait to get you on an interview with me, Jeremy. You and Justin James, definitely both of you, and perhaps Simon and Gareth and a few of the other guys as well. So that's going to be exciting. The Ministry of Sound crew back together. So that's going to be a real buzz as well. So right now, I'm using a tool called StreamYard, and I'm live across all of these 8 platforms. I can see all the platforms up there. I've got my podcaster. I've got my Rode podcaster microphone here, which is a good quality microphone. I've got my light up there that just makes me look a bit nicer. I need a tan. But my point to you is that you start to get a few of these tools. It's not complicated. You start to get a few of these tools, and you set yourself up. And then you get yourself ready, and you practice, practice, find a small group of friends and practice in a small group or whatever you want to do. Once you can start to hone your message, it's so important. And you can, as I say, StreamYard, but there's loads of others, and you can get across all of the platforms. And so many comments coming in are just buzzing. And this one here, thank you, Jeff. Just by your talks, I'm so motivated now than I ever was. That is wonderful. That is a wonderful thing to say. It's part of my purpose is to inspire, to create, to bring joy, to bring knowledge. That's that's part of the purpose. It's part of my purpose. So just to hear that from Jeff and anyone else that I can help and inspire to grow, be positive. All my fears came true when I held on to too many of them, and they took me down. They took me down into incurable disease and bankruptcy in my 30s. Not my finest hour. But thankfully, I started to study and I started to learn. I started to grow, and I've bounced back just wonderfully well. And I'm so happy and grateful to be able to share that with you. This journey, of course, today is Fearless Friday, and I'm going to be here for quite some time today. We're just going to keep talking about, overcoming these fears. Keep going, keep going, keep going. If you want people to engage with you, you want them to understand your journey, you want them to understand your book, keep going, keep going, keep going. Do not be defeated. There's a great book called Think and Grow Rich. And on Think and Grow Rich, he says about persistence. And persistence is to I'm trying to remember it now. Persistence is what carbon is to steel. It's nothing basically without your life is nothing without persistence. You must keep going. Get out of bed every day. Have purpose. Persist, persist, persist. So important. Okay, so Jamie's got a good question. Thanks, Jamie. Which platform are you using to stream across multiple platforms? So I'm using StreamYard. You can use lots of different ones. I looked into it and I felt StreamYard was probably the best. I'm across 8 platforms at the moment, including the 2 Hasmark publishing ones, which is a world first. We put it together. So all of my pages and the 2 Hasmark ones, we're here across all of them. And is it recorded? Yes. So basically it's recorded and it will stay on those feeds. So you'll be able to watch this back at any time. So the Flying Records interview that I did on Wednesday evening, which I'll talk a bit more about, turning up and doing regular things. The Flying Records interview that I did on Wednesday evening with 3 of my old friends that I used to work with in the record shop, which was chaos, but beautiful, organized, fun chaos. We have that video. It's now there forever. It's on my YouTube channel. It's on every single one of my timelines. It'll be on every one of these 8 timelines forever. And you can also, once you finish the broadcast, you can then download that file should you want to as well. StreamYard holds it, I think, for 2 or 3 weeks. So you can download that file if you want to. But the bottom line is that it's here. It's here. It's live. I'm here. I'm just sharing some stuff with you. I want you to overcome any of these fears. See and be seen, spread the love, share the joy, do what it is you want to do, but make sure you put yourself out there and stay positive, because there's so much more you can do now. Someone said to me the other day, you're everywhere at the moment. And I was like, well, that's funny because I've not really left the house. But anyway, so live across all the platforms. I'm using StreamYard, but there's lots of other options. Other platforms are available, I think they might say. Moving on to that, though, I think one of the things you've got to do is you've also got to look at your schedule. So you've got to look at your schedule and think, well, how am I going to reach people and when's the best time to do it? I'm doing this on Friday afternoon. It's Friday morning in the States. So we're going across to a lot of people in the States. It's Friday evening in Asia, and we're going to a lot of people across in Asia as well. It's not an accident. It's 3 p.m. here. It's a perfect time, Friday afternoon. We're winding down so I can come on and talk with you guys. Saturday evening, I do the live DJ mix. So if you go to mixcloud.com/Mark Wilkinson official, you'll find my page there. We do a live DJ mix on a Saturday night for 2 or 3 hours. You're more than welcome to come and join that and listen to some music that I love, and music that I used to play at ministry and flying and everywhere else. And we just put it all in. But that's a Saturday night. That's what you do on a Saturday evening. Then on a Sunday evening, we do this session called Ask Mark Anything, inspired by some other authors that we saw doing Ask Whoever Anything. So we're like, right, okay, let's do Ask Mark Anything. So we do that on a Sunday evening. We got a lot of great questions that come in, and people interact with it because it's Sunday evening and they're getting ready for the week ahead. There's a lot of dissatisfaction out there, by the way. A lot of people might not be enjoying their job and not necessarily enjoying exactly what they're doing in their lives on Monday to Friday. So they might want some help. So Sunday evening, up I pop, Ask Mark Anything. You got any questions about how I became financially free, how I got out of, disease, how I got out of bankruptcy, how I improved my life from unhappy, sick and broke to happy, healthy and wealthy, then that's the moment. You can ask me a load of questions on a Sunday evening. Monday morning, 8 a.m, bright and early, ding, your alarm's on. I'm like, right, come on, purpose, let's get outside. So I come down to the office and I put myself live at 8 a.m. and we do Monday Motivation, where I pick something from a wonderful book. I've got a huge pile of books here. I've got things I can share. I've got, I've been studying this stuff for about 17 years now. So at the end of the day, I can do that. And so I do Monday motivation, 8 a.m. Then on a Tuesday, this is all London time, GMT, obviously, Greenwich Mean Time. On a Tuesday, I do 7:30 p.m. and we do something called Life Remix Samples. So with Life Remix Samples, I literally go through the book. So we're on I think we've just done chapter 11. So I've got 12, 13, 14. I've got 3 more weeks to go. The book will be out at the end of February, Life Remixed. And then I will start again. I'll go back to chapter 1 and I'll just keep going, because there's always going to be something new, some new experience, something that I can evidence to you to say, look, this works, So that's really, really important. And then on a Wednesday, I get up again nice and early on a Wednesday morning, and I do something called Well Done Wednesday, which is just a bit of fun. It's hump day. We're getting over the hump towards the weekend. And I get so much interaction. I get a different audience at 8 a.m. on a Monday and a Wednesday than I do at 7:30 p.m. on a Sunday or Tuesday. And then on a Wednesday evening, I do an interview. I've interviewed some incredible people already, and you can watch it all on my YouTube. Just go to youtube.com/Mark Wilkinson Official. It's all there. There's tons of them, and I just keep putting the messages out there. Jason's come through and said, Andrew Gure, this session could be really useful for your books. I say he's tagged Andrew. Brilliant. Okay, thanks, Jason. Yeah, absolutely. I'll be happy to have a chat with Andrew. If you want to connect and be a part of this, wherever you are in the world, say hello. But getting back to my point about authors and books and what you're doing, see and be seen. So I've put set up and turn up on time. Yeah. So set up, turn up on time, and go with it. Go with it. You can get online and you've got a voice. You've got something to say. One of my favorite films, The King's Speech, when he has that, he's got to stutter, the king, and he's coached and he goes through it all and he comes out and he says, I have a voice. Well, that's important. You have a voice and it deserves to be shared. And if you're going to be an author and you're going to put stuff out into the world with books, then people want to connect with you, So that's my job. That's my mission. And luckily, in eColors, the system that we use for personality diversity and realizing potential, I'm a top color yellow. So I'm a massive socializer. Surprise, surprise. So, set up and turn up on time, see and be seen, and have your schedule. Have your schedule set. Now, I'll be honest, Emma helped me quite a lot. She's very strategic. Emma helped me a lot, and we got the strategy down and we locked down those times and we decided those are the times we're going to go live. And my plan is just to keep doing them because I love it. I love it. I love it. I love being this connected to the world, even in these difficult times. I'll keep doing it. 8 a.m. on a Monday morning, get up. I'll do Monday motivation with you, So important. You've got to then make sure, of course, that you've got content. So if you don't feel you've got enough content at the moment, start reading some books. Start with Life Remixed. Start reading some books. Get yourself out there. Get your message heard, and let people understand and connect with you because they want to hear what you've got to say. I promise you. And I'm saying this to every single one of you watching, wherever you are in the world. It's the same for every human being. Every human being has a book in them. I'm sure of it. So make sure you've got your content. I've got 14 chapters, but then I've got other bits of content that I put in. And sometimes I'll just be walking around or driving around or something. And I go, that would be brilliant for Well Done Wednesday. So I just record a little voice note or if I'm walking around, just make a note or something like that. And then come back to it later. But again, it's just little moments where you think, I'd love to share that with everyone who's watching. You've got a voice. Make sure it's shared. Make sure you've got your purpose as well. Make sure why you're doing it. I know why I'm doing this. I'm doing this because right now it's just the right moment for me and for you, clearly, and those of you that are connecting with me. It's just the right moment for me to share this story of recovery from a crisis, because I recovered from a few myself, and the strategies that I used to recover from the crisis are all written and chapters in Life Remixed, because I had to understand what I was doing and actually how I had to take responsibility for my own results. And when I started to take responsibility for my own results, then I could say, okay, right. So I understand that I've created that. So now I'm going to create this, and I'm going to create it with positive thinking, positive attitude, positive feeling, positive actions, and it works. It works. And all the evidence is in Life Remixed. It's all there for you. So, ask yourself as well about your book. Is it a fiction book? Is it a non-fiction book? Is it, or rather, how is it going to help other people? That's the biggest question. That's the biggest question you can ask. If it's a distraction and it's a good story, but is there a message behind it? Yeah, have a look at it. How is it going to help other people? So I've been reading Peggy's book, Savvy Wisdom, Peggy McColl's book, Savvy Wisdom. Fantastic book, also endorsed by Bob Proctor. And particularly the last 3 chapters are exactly what I needed to read right now to get myself in a position to be like, right, okay, I'm ready for this book release now. I know what I'm visualizing. I know what I'm going for. So everything happens perfectly. If you want any recommended reading, by the way, go to markwilkinsonofficial.com. There's a recommended reading tab. Find yourself a book to get started. And then, of course, what Life Remixed is coming out in 3 weeks' time. So how does your book help other people? That's really, really important. What's your mission? What's your purpose? And how is it going to help others? Once you can get that locked down, then you're in a position to get moving. I learned a great thing as well, just around that, about how is your book going to help other people, about pain points to promises. So if you think about a book, a lot of how-to books or personal growth or personal development books, they will all have pain points to promises to how you're going to fix things, right? And I guarantee if you're feeling troubled right now, there's a human being who's written a book about it and it's available and you can go and find it. Will it be a great book? I don't know. You'd have to find that out for yourself. But the bottom line is there will be a human being that has written something that is relevant to how you feel. So one of the things for me was I wanted to help people understand about anxiety, doubt, fear, and worry. I wanted people to be able to rise above those and learn coping strategies. And I've put a lot of coping strategies into Life Remixed. There's almost like a workbook that could come out of the back of it. But we'll work on that together, and that'll be the next thing. Probably do an audio book next and a workbook at the same time. So these are all follow-ups, but certainly the addictions for me, that's my addictions helped me deal with anxiety, doubt, and fear and worry, but they also took me down in the end. So I had to learn what was going on for real. Was I depressed at certain times? Yes. Was I suicidal at certain times? Yes. Have I had to work that out? Yes. And again, I've put some things in the book there as well. And one of Marcy Shimoff from The Secret, one of her books is called Happy for No Reason. What a brilliant title, Happy for No Reason. We can all be happy for no reason. We just got to decide and choose to make it so. But again, that's a great book, isn't it? To think about the pain point. I'm unhappy and happy for no reason. There's the promise, it's beautiful. So do think about these things and then start to promote yourself and start to let people know. We've been given this, 20 years ago, we didn't have anything like this. Now we've been given this gift that we can actually connect, from our desk to the world. It's incredible, absolutely incredible. Of course, relationship breakups and divorces, it can happen, of course, sadly. There's a chapter in Life Remixed about relationships and what I've learned about relationships and how to hold a beautiful relationship together. I'm happy to share that. It's in the book. Again, that's another pain point. It's another promise. And it's something that I know that you'll enjoy reading because it will give you a different slant. I talked to a friend of mine the other day, a coaching client, and a friend gave him a few nuggets from that chapter because they're just things that have worked. And he's completely changed his outlook, around what he's doing in his work and in his life. And it's amazing. Also, career change and money, people's relationship with money. Oh, goodness me. People's relationship with money. If you think that, or if you're chasing money and money's in charge of you, then you're in trouble. And I know that's probably about 98% of humanity, but it's a problem. It's a big problem, and it's not going to serve you, and it's not going to lead you to happiness, and it's not going to give you a great life or anything like that. There'll be people who set huge financial goals and then get there and go, well, this is not how I thought it was going to feel like. It's not about that. It's about being happy within first, and then obviously attracting the way and attracting the finance and everything that you need. So it's about changing your relationship with money. It's about losing the fear of losing it all. And that's one of the things that I went through. I had to lose the fear of losing it all before I could grow properly. So as I say, there's so many things you can do, and there's so many things you can reach out across the world to do. And when we start to come out of this pandemic, you'll see us do more and more and more, because we love doing it, and the response from all of you is absolutely incredible. What I would say is, obviously, yes, of course, then, find yourself a good publisher, find yourself someone who's on your wavelength. There are a great many different ways to promote a book. You can self-publish. We've self-published through Hasmark, to be honest, and that's been wonderful. It's very, very interesting to look at all the different ways. So, for instance, we could have sold the rights and everything to Life Remixed to a publisher, and an old style publisher. We could have sold all the rights, and then that would be it. And the chances of getting paid much off the back of that might be slim to none, unless you make some huge amount of money and sell 10 million books. You never know. But what I'm saying to you is that I think it's very, very important to think about your strategy early on. And I've got a few coaching clients that I'm helping think about their strategy early on. What is the strategy? Begin with the end in mind. What is the goal? Where are we going to get to here? It's so, so important. And you can achieve anything it is that you would like to achieve, but you've got to set out with the right intention. So look, this has been Fearless Friday. It's been absolutely fantastic to be connected with you all. If you'd like to fire any questions into the chat box, you can. I've got the sun. Look, so I've seen the light. Look, I've got the sun on me and everything. It's perhaps spring might be on its way and things might start to ease up just a little bit. But from my perspective, it's been a wonderful Fearless Friday, and I'm so happy and grateful that I've managed to connect across all of these pages, including the Hasmark pages as well. It was a great experiment, and I'm really grateful that we can do it. Jamie says, send me links. Tell me what links you would like, Jamie, and then we'll go from there. But certainly there's a lot of great feedback coming in. We've got Jenna as well, who's saying how much she's enjoying it, which is fantastic. Massimo is watching. We've got some wonderful endorsements, as I was saying, about Life Remixed, from business leaders, personal development authors, coaches, musicians, television hosts, radio hosts, and even my friend Jason Cundy, the professional footballer. It's wonderful. And if you want to go to my Facebook page and you want to connect with me, you can see all of these. And you can, of course, pre-order at markwilkinsonofficial.com. Our release date is February the 23rd. That's going to be really a moment in mine and Emma's lives, when the book actually is finally out there for anyone to read. Life Remixed book review by Bob Proctor. He just says, for anyone looking for hope, this book offers an abundance of it. For anyone looking for hope, this book offers an abundance of it. You should have seen mine and Emma's face when that particular endorsement landed in our inbox. It was a wonderful moment. Lewis Senior from Equilibria, one of their biggest coaching clients is Chevron in America and worldwide, of course. Lewis says, Life Remixed documents an incredible amount of self-awareness, personal development, and determination. So thank you, Lewis, for that. That's amazing. Kevin Green, one of my mentors here in the UK, says Life Remixed is his story of a young DJ going through hellish health and financial challenges to becoming the successful man he is today. So thank you for that, Kevin, as my business coach. Damien Gale from the SW4 Festival just says, Mark's positivity is relentless. Keep reading, as this book could change your life. It's absolutely wonderful to have these kind of endorsements coming in. And there's more and more and more on my page. And it's when people are saying these things about you and about your book, it's really special. It's really special. It hasn't happened overnight. It's taken time. But be patient, keep going, be persistent, and you will get to where you would like to get to. Emma and I is just starting. We're just warming up. We say this a lot. We're just warming up. But Lorraine Hahn says, Mark's passion in Life Remixed shows that nothing can stand in your way. That's amazing, of course. And then Will Foster, who's a good friend of mine, also a published author on Hay House and a book called The Happiness Gap. Will says, Let Mark take you on a hilarious, mind-blowing ride into creating your happiest and most abundant life imaginable. And I will be getting Will onto a live straight talking interview with me at 7:30 p.m. one Wednesday in the coming weeks. It's beautiful, it's wonderful, and you can get prepared and remix your life. Bernadette is just saying, thanks, my happy weekend. Yes, absolutely. I'm glad you've recovered, Bernadette. It's great to have you with us. Jeff's just saying, great connecting with you. And Jamie, thanks, Jamie. Great to meet you. Interested in connecting more. Listen, this is my mission. This is what I do. I'm happy and grateful. I run multiple businesses. I'm happily married. I love music again. I fell out of love for a little while I was trying to remix myself and remix my life, but I'm back in love with music. I'm spreading a lot of joy, helping a lot of people, and I want you to do the same. And that is what Fearless Friday is about, because 6 months ago, apprehensive, doubtful, bit sort of shaking a little bit, and certainly with a fear of public speaking. And now you can't shut me up. Anyway, listen, that's been Fearless Friday. Like I said, do connect with us at markwilkinsonofficial.com across all of the socials. We are not hiding, we're everywhere. It's been wonderful to connect with you all. What I would say is overcome the fear, have faith in yourself, go for it, put yourself out there. You can join me tomorrow evening here at GMT, 7:30 p.m. 7:45 p.m. GMT. I'll be doing a DJ mix, so I'd love you to be a part of that. And also then on Sunday evening, Ask Mark Anything. So Calvin's joined us as well. Afternoon, Mark. Thanks, mate. Great to have you here. You're a little bit late to the party. I've been online for about 35 minutes, but thanks for joining, mate. You can watch all of this back across every social media platform that I've just been talking about. Overcome your fears. Put yourselves out there. Get it going. I've got nothing but love for you. Okay. Have a wonderful weekend. I hope you can join the DJ mix tomorrow evening. All right. Or Ask Mark Anything on Sunday evening. And then the whole schedule starts again. It's great. Keep going. I've got nothing but love for you guys. Thanks so much. See you soon.